What if the very pain you're desperately trying to avoid is the key to unlocking your greatest purpose? It's a challenging thought, isn't it? We're so conditioned to see suffering as a negative, as something to be escaped at all costs. But today, we're going to dive deep into a radical idea, that our darkest moments, the ones that bring us to our knees, can be the very fertile ground for profound personal transformation. They can lead us to discover a meaning and a purpose we never thought possible. Let's get one thing straight. Suffering is not a personal curse. It's not a sign that you've done something wrong or that you're being punished. It's a universal human experience. From the smallest heartbreaks to the most profound losses, pain is woven into the fabric of our existence. The myth that life should always be easy, that we should always be happy, is one of the most damaging ideas of our time. Think about it, social media feeds are flooded with images of constant joy and success. This creates an immense pressure to always be on, to always be happy. But this relentless pursuit of happiness actually hinders our growth. It teaches us to fear and run from the very experiences that have the power to shape us into who we are meant to be. By avoiding discomfort, we rob ourselves of the chance to build resilience, to develop empathy, and to truly understand the depths of our own strength. So, how does this transformation actually happen? Think of it like alchemy. Ancient alchemists believed they could turn lead into gold. In the same way, pain can act as a spiritual or a psychological alchemist's fire. It burns away the non-essential parts of ourselves, our ego, our false attachments, our superficial desires. When you're in the midst of intense struggle, everything that doesn't truly matter just falls away. You're left with the raw, core essence of who you are. This isn't about glorifying pain. It's about recognizing its power as a catalyst. It forces us into a state of deep introspection. We're compelled to ask the big questions. Who am I? What do I truly value? What is my purpose here? These aren't questions we typically ask when life is comfortable and easy. It's the heat of the crucible that purifies, that clarifies, and that ultimately reveals the gold within. Let's look at some real-world examples. Think of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he observed that the prisoners who found a reason to live a purpose, whether it was to see a loved one again or to finish a piece of work, were the ones most likely to survive. Their suffering gave them a profound sense of purpose. Or consider J.K. Rowling, who, while battling depression and living as a single mother on welfare, poured her pain and imagination into creating the world of Harry Potter, a story that has brought hope to millions. These aren't just isolated incidents. History is filled with artists, leaders, and innovators whose greatest contributions were born from their deepest struggles. Their pain wasn't the end of their story. It was the beginning. It gave them a unique perspective, a depth of empathy, and a message that could only have been forged in fire. They didn't just endure their suffering. They used it. They transformed it into art, into service, into a legacy that continues to inspire. This process of finding meaning is often called post-traumatic growth. It's the positive psychological change experienced as a result of adversity. Unlike post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which is a well-known response to trauma, post-traumatic growth is about emerging from the struggle stronger, more appreciative of life, and with a clearer sense of purpose. So, how can we actively cultivate this? It starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We can start asking, what can I learn from this? Or how can this experience help me grow? It's about reframing the narrative. Your pain isn't just a random, meaningless event. It can be part of your hero's journey. It's the dragon you have to slay to claim the treasure. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires courage, self-compassion, and a willingness to sit with discomfort. Here are a few practical steps you can take. First, practice radical acceptance. This doesn't mean you have to like what's happening, but you must accept that it is happening. Fighting reality only creates more suffering. Acknowledge your pain without judgment. Let yourself feel it fully. Second, seek connection. Share your story with trusted friends, family, or a professional therapist. Suffering thrives in isolation. When we share our burdens, they become lighter, and we realize we are not alone. There is incredible strength in vulnerability. Third, engage in reflective practices. Journaling is a powerful tool. Write down your thoughts, your fears, your hopes. This can help you process your emotions and find patterns or insights you might have missed. Meditation and mindfulness can also help you observe your pain without being completely consumed by it. Finally, and most importantly, look for ways to use your experience to help others. This is often the final and most powerful step in transforming pain into purpose. When you can take what you've learned from your struggle and use it to ease the path for someone else, your suffering gains a new, profound meaning. It's no longer just your pain. It becomes a source of healing and hope for others. You become a wounded healer. Your scars become a map for others to navigate their own dark forests, whether it's through volunteering, mentoring, creating art, or simply being a compassionate listener for someone in need. Service connects you to something larger than yourself. It is the ultimate act of alchemy, turning the lead of your personal pain into the gold of shared humanity. So, the next time you find yourself in the crucible, remember this. You are not being broken. You are being forged. This pain, as terrible as it may feel, holds the potential for your greatest transformation. It is an invitation to go deeper, to discover the uncheckable core of your being, and to unearth a purpose so profound it will illuminate the rest of your life. Embrace the journey, trust the process, and know that on the other side of this fire, a stronger, more meaningful version of you is waiting to emerge. You have the power to turn your wounds into wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future conversations. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, be kind to yourself and keep searching for the gold within.